Neither she nor Sherri's father ever abused her. Sherri's history of claiming she had been abused led detectives to believe she was not only a pro at lying, but also at playing the victim. You can see an example of her doing both in this clip.
Might as well get it out of your head that James is not involved, because James is clearly involved, and James already told us he's the one that did the brain.
That's something that he admitted to. He admitted to a felony. You can put him in prison over.
Now it's your opportunity to say, were there issues between you and Keith? Is that why you needed to leave?
James said you had your jaw broken by him, and that's why he came and got you, because you were in an abusive relationship.
I love my husband.
So, were you in an abusive relationship with him? Then you go tell James that you were being hurt, you were being abused, and you couldn't come forward because Keith has friends in law enforcement. Is that true? Has Keith ever been abusive towards you?
We're not talking about my husband. I love my husband.
Well, Sherri's mom, Loretta, couldn't join us because she said the stress of being painted as an abuser has just taken such a toll that it has landed her in the hospital. And I think that's a good example of how this kind of lying, this kind of creating drama just keeps on wreaking havoc. Like you say, gut punch. People don't think about the sacrifices, in addition to not being available to answer legitimate calls, resources absorbed when you could have been doing something else. You guys took time away from family. Holidays were sacrificed because you're out looking and in the field.
And how many Latino women were stopped, questioned, harassed? How many other people, when you've got the Jussie Smolletts and the runaway brides, when they name people of a particular class, a particular race, how they get scrutinized? I think the ripple effect is enormous, and I don't think it was reflected in her sentence.
Yeah, I agree with that. And there was a dollar amount associated with this that probably was very conservative, but she has to pay back almost $250,000, right?
Over that, yes.
Yeah.
We expended, over $100,000 just that we know of, not to, account for all the time these guys thought about this case. I can tell you there was countless times, I'd wake up at 3 a.m. and we'd be racking our brains, not being able to sleep. And I'm glad you actually brought that up about the officers involved. And you can see in one of these tapes, one of the lead investigators, trying to impress upon her how much we're on her side, that she can trust us, that he starts to well up in tears because of the stress of her being gone and us trying to find her. It was pretty incredible. When I watched that, it choked me up the first time I saw it, but she had, it didn't matter to her. She just kind of grinned when the officer was talking to her and his eyes were welling up with tears.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.